everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today. The time is 11:33 a.m., and I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. That was so painful. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quickly. Please let me know if you can see this. Here you go. I feel like a old person. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Anyways, so welcome to today's SGA meeting. Our fund request balance is $22,500. The new fiscal year just started, so we've replenished our balance. We don't have a guest speaker for today, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on to new business. Before I talk about what I have on the agenda here, for those of you guys who are a little bit late to the meeting or missed Dr. Hart's announcement for the t-shirts, I just want to let you guys know that today, tomorrow, and on Thursday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. If you go to UHCL, the Clear Lake campus, they are giving out t-shirts. Every student is going to get at least 2 t-shirts. They have their Hawk safety t-shirts with the mask on them, and then as well as their diversity t-shirts that SGA helped design. Woo! Shout out Victoria. Oh my God, who is that? Jay? I think he's showing the shirts. Those are the diversity shirts. They're absolutely beautiful. It says no matter what on the front, and then on the back it says we're all Hawks here, and the Hawk is filled with different ethnicities, genders, races, like everything. So we're really proud to have that shirt representing UHCL. Shirts will be available in the SSCB, Dean of Students counter, Delta building, and ambassadors table in the Bayou building. Dean Nikita, please correct me if I'm wrong about any of this.
No, you're right.
Okay. So yeah, that's the information we have on the t-shirts. I hope you guys stop by and pick some up today. Don't forget to wear your mask. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on our agenda. First thing I have here is the resolution training day. So on September 17th, SGA will be hosting a resolution training. This is primarily for our senators so they can get used to writing resolutions for the betterment of UHCL, but it is also Constitution Day, and you guys might want to know how to write a resolution. So this resolution training is open to the entire student body. So if you want to learn more about resolution writing, please join us on September 17th. Also, we have a town hall coming up this Friday on September 11th from 10 a.m. to noon. What? Are you? I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Hiba, I muted him. Keep going.
Okay. So for the town hall that's coming up on Friday, September 11th at 10 a.m., we want to have an anonymous component for the town hall. So for those of you guys who don't know, the town hall has 2 parts. The first part is we have SGA forms a set of questions based on the common themes from the previous town halls. So we have a list of, like, I think it's 5 to 10 questions that we ask administrators during the first hour. The second hour is dedicated to a live Q&A session where students can type their questions in the chat box, and we will help you ask your questions to administrators, and you'll get a live response. So for those of you guys who would like to remain anonymous, you guys can email us your questions and we can go ahead and ask them for you guys without mentioning your name. But we are also working on having a survey in the chat on the day of the town hall, so that way you guys can type your questions there and it'll be anonymous to us as well, students asking them. Continuing on to old business, I have here the special elections. So we do have 2 executive council positions open. We have the Vice President of Outreach and Communication, as well as the Vice President of Administration. These are two very important positions that help keep the executive council running. We're running on half a team. It's pretty much just me and Misty on the executive council. We do have amazing directors. Bless your souls. You guys are the best. But these applications are open. So for those of you guys, I know a lot of people email us about concerns they have or things that we could possibly do differently. Well, this is your opportunity to take initiative, take action. It's a great professional development opportunity. It's a great leadership opportunity, teamwork building, all sorts of things. I really highly recommend you guys apply on Get Involved and read the requirements for the position. Hopefully you guys are qualified and we can then have our elections and see how it goes. I think Alina will put the applications in the chat box. They close on October 16th and then we'll start our elections. But you guys, both these applications will be on the floor for 30 days, so you guys have time. The next thing is my office hours. My office hours, in case you guys don't know, I announced it last week, but I will announce it again. It's from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. So I will be available on Microsoft Teams if you guys want to message me or meet about anything. Next thing we have here is Executive Council reports with Misty Woods. Misty?
Hi, I apologize. My audio is a little bad. If y'all are having trouble hearing me, just let me know. I can try and speak up. So for committee recruitment, we are looking for people to be in the academic honesty panel, which we need people from every single college. We need about 4 to 5 people from each college that we can call upon for the academic honesty panel. And we also need 2 one-year reps for the student fees allocation for SFAC. And so I'm going to bring on Dean Rakita because he can tell you a lot more about these committees than I can.
Dean Rakita, you're on mute.
There we go. You'd think we'd all get used to that by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Misty, I'm going to throw a third one at you too. There's SFAC, which we're going to talk about. There's the academic honesty panel, and then there's also the student conduct panel, which is very similar to academic honesty, but it's its own pool. And if you need some more information, you would get that from Ileana, our Associate Dean of Students. But let me talk about each of those. SFAC, the Student Fee Allocation Committee, that's the committee that decides, one, how the fees, the student service fees that are already collected from you, how should those be spent, and are they being spent wisely? So once a year, all the directors have to come in front of SFAC board and give a report as to how those funds that they were awarded last year, how were they spent? And SFAC has the opportunity to ask questions and give suggestions. The second thing that SFAC does basically at the same time is entertain requests for new funds. So if, for instance, I decided that I wanted to hire a second Associate Dean of Students, which that's not in the play right now, I'm just using that as an example. And let's just say I needed $50,000 to do that. I would come to SFAC and say, this is what I want to do. This is why I want to hire this new position. And I need an extra $50,000 to do it. All the directors are going to do that. And the student SFAC committee would decide, one, was that a reasonable request? And two, if it is reasonable, do they need to raise the student service fee by $1, by $2, by $3 in order to raise the money to fulfill those requests for those new proposals? I just made that oversimplified. I'm looking at Troy right now with his mask on. Troy sat on the committee last year. Victoria's in there somewhere too, I think. You can ask them questions, but we usually meet in October and November. For the most part, it's one of those committees where it's meet a couple times and then you're done for the year. But we will spend 2 or 3 full days with each other to get through that process. The second committee is the Academic Honesty Panel, which I facilitate and oversee. if a student either wants to argue against being brought up on a violation, or if they have multiple infractions with the university, then they have to go to a hearing. When they come to a hearing, the student tells their side of the story, the professor tells their side of the story. You, the panel, which is made up of 9 members, will ask questions back and forth, and then you all decide whether or not, one, there was an infraction, and if there was the sanction appropriate. The third committee is the Student Conduct Board, which is the exact same process as academic honesty, except that would be dealing with something like, I threw a chair across the room because I got mad and now I got brought up on a conduct issue. I oversimplified that one too. Any questions for me? Misty, is there anything I missed?
No, sounds like everything was covered. No, I
With
will be getting
the-
back to you about the conduct committee.
With all of those committees, we need several students from each of the colleges, because you're our pool. So you may be available one Thursday for an academic honesty hearing, but you're not available the next Thursday. So that's why we need multiples.
All right, so I think that wraps that part up. And now also, I am starting a committee for the Constitution ad hoc to go and help us work on updating the Constitution for SGA. So if you would like to be a part of that, please feel free to go and email SGA, and we'll certainly add you to the team. We need the more perspectives we can get looking at the Constitution to help us update it, the stronger this document is going to be.
Nice. You have anything else?
No, that about covers it.
Okay, thank you.
Marquita, I think that we have a student question in the chat. Can
Yeah.
students be in different panels, like concurrently?
Yes. Yeah, that's not a problem.
If you're looking to be in multiple committees, I can certainly put you in anyone that you want, as long as we have space available. Just go, and there is a form on Get Involved that you can fill out to apply to be on a committee.
Now, I'll be honest with everybody. You know, what we'd like to see happen is have as many people as possible being involved, so lots of people have the opportunities for that experience. So we would probably not prefer somebody to be on 10 different committees, because that would prevent other people from being on the committees. But the sad truth is, and maybe you all can change this for us this year under Hiba's leadership, is we don't always have that many people applying and volunteering for these committees. And so you may see a person on several. And that's great, because they've stepped up to the plate and they're making it happen. But that's because we're not having enough people step up to the plate.
Yeah, for those of y'all who are also interested, if you guys can email us, and Alina also put the link in the chat box for our committee rep and Senate applications on Get Involved. So go ahead and check those out.
And being on a committee is a great way to affect change within the university, because it helps give you access to administration and ways for you to enact change that are effective.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. Also for senators, it's a great opportunity for senators to also be on committees. That's really, really nice. Also, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat. But I just want to go ahead and make a quick point of clarification. I'm going to go back one slide really quickly. Sorry, Troy, I know you're next. But about our special elections, those of you who might remember, we actually did have a vice president of administration. His name was Ronnie. He was great. He was wonderful. But due to personal reasons, he had to move back home overseas, and he will be attending school remotely. However, the long distance is going to be affecting his participation in student government, and therefore he resigned his position, which is why that position is also available, because I think people might have questions about that. So I just wanted to clarify that really quickly. But now, Troy, I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to you with the Campus Police Survey.
Hi everyone, I just want to let you know that we're trying to do a survey for our campus PD, so that way they can provide better training to their officers and address students' concerns better. So the survey should be going out today, I believe, Hiba, or it's already gone out? I don't remember.
No, the survey has not gone out yet.
Okay.
Right now, we're working with our senators to tweak the survey a little bit, but it should be going out by the end of this week.
Okay, cool. The second part is that we're also going to send out a second survey that PD is going to be a part of. We're trying to get 2 servers, so that way we can do some gaming stuff. Because and I know not everybody is a gamer or anything like that, but we're trying to do things that is we can bring UHCL together in a safe manner, something that's not necessarily school related, but at least we can still socially interact. Because I know I'm getting cooped up here, just having to stay here and interact with the same people here. I don't get seeing my friends like Jonathan or Misty, Hiba, Victoria. So it's just like, it's going to be a way that we can hang out and do things together in a socially distancing, safe manner. So there'll be a survey on like what games we should have available on those servers. And then PD would also be a part of it. So if you want, you can interact with the PD as well.
Nice. Thank you so much, Troy. Are there any questions on that? Speaking of questions, actually, the next slide is open forum. This is an opportunity for you guys to ask any questions that you might have on anything that was presented thus far, or if you have any concerns that you would like to express, feel free to type them in the chat and we'll be happy to address them. Let's see. Oh, okay, that was Victoria talking. Yes. What time will the resolution training be on September 17th? It will take place from 11:30 to 1 p.m. 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We haven't created the Zoom link yet, but when we do, we'll be sure to have it on our social media accounts. Hi, Firoz. Nice to see you on time. Can you explain what exactly is resolution writing? Oh, well, that's what the resolution writing training is for, is to explain all of that. So join us on September 17th to find out. No problem, Troylyn. Any other questions? And also, for anybody who joined late, please be sure to put the organization you are representing in the chat so we can track your attendance.
Sure, Hiba, I had something to say.
Yeah, go ahead. Who's speaking?
Derek.
Oh, okay.
So, so last week I spoke up during open forum about some things that I addressed to the administration and to the Executive Council of Student Government. And basically what my goal last week was to say that I had not received a response yet. During last week's open forum, I was told that I would have, someone was going to reach out to me by the end of the day. So that'd be last Tuesday. So basically I'm coming back to say that no one's gotten back to me yet. The original email was sent back on Thursday, August 27th. So not necessarily the argument, but the point was made that no one had gotten back to me about the email because of Hurricane Laura. To some extent, I'll give you credit for that, but I could tell when people read the email, and at least 9 of the people read that email within the first 48 hours of that email being delivered. So now we're into 2 weeks almost from the delivery date, and out of all 12 people that got that letter, only 1 person responded back, and that 1 person being the chief of police. So to me right now, it seems that this administration and the executive council don't care about what the student opinion is, especially when it's in opposition to their own opinion. So I've just decided right now to go ahead and forward the email to the Chancellor Couture of the University of Houston System and the Chief of Staff of the University of Houston System. And maybe from there, the other 11 people can respond back. That was it.
Okay, thank you for letting us know, Derek. I'm sorry you have not received a response yet from the administration. I can ask Dr. Hart about that. But thank you. Is there anything else? And I'm sorry, I didn't intend to delay the response. We were just taking time to draft our response. We're still working on that from SGA. Someone said, I tried requesting to speak about organizing an event for my organization, but I didn't get any response regarding that. Rahul, I'm so sorry if you didn't receive a response. Like I said, our Vice President of Administration recently had to drop the position. So we might have gotten mixed up responses on that, but go ahead and send us an email again, and I'll be sure to take care of that.
Yes, anyone that would love to affect change inside of SGA, please, please, please join our staff and our team. We have VP positions and we have director positions available. Director positions are appointed by the respective VPs or the president of the organization, and VPs are voted on. So please join us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rahul, go ahead and send your email again, and I'll go ahead and take a look at it. Thank you.
Also, just to reiterate, right now in the executive council, it is just me and Hiba. So the response time to emails might be a little slow, and you might have to go and get back with us because it might get lost in our email. So it might be not that we're intentionally ignoring you, but we just, it got lost. So if you send us a follow-up email, that would be extremely helpful for us right now, just because we're operating at half capacity at the moment.
Yeah. So without further ado, I think I'm going to adjourn this meeting. The next virtual SGA meeting will be held on September 15th, 2020. Please be present no later than 11:20 a.m. to be let into the session so we can begin promptly at 11:30 a.m. To schedule agenda time, i.e. student organization announcements and staff university office announcements, a completed request form must be submitted on the SGA website by noon on Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. Online forms are available on www.uhcl.edu/SGA. The quote of the day is "Shortcuts Make Long Delays" by J.R.R. Tolkien. The time is, I don't know what time it is. The time is 11:56 and this meeting is adjourned.